All right, we're going to finalize these scriptures, at least get these out of the way here. This will be part 8, Ephesians 3, verse 1. 2011 text read, "For this reason I, Paul, a prisoner for Christ Jesus, on behalf of you Gentiles." Changed it to, "For this reason I, Paul, a prisoner of Christ Jesus, on behalf of you Gentiles." So you have a prisoner for Christ Jesus, and you have a prisoner of Christ Jesus. You'll notice that is a King James reading they're going back to. If they know it or if they don't know it, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. Probably, if you're not King James only, then maybe you don't look at it that way, but that's how I look at it. Colossians 1, verse 11. "May you be strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy." And they just change it here to being strengthened with all power to his glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy. And James 2:10 reads, "For whosoever," this is the former reading, 2011, "for whoever keeps the whole law but fails in one point has become accountable for all of it." So, and then the permanent text, or the 2016 text as it stands, "For whoever keeps the whole law but fails in one point has become guilty of all of it." Again, I believe that you're going to see just a huge shifting back to the King James on that. Again, I'm just going to read these last 3 out of the King James just because it just sounds better, personally, I think. Ephesians 3:1 reads, "For this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Jesus Christ, for you Gentiles." So he's saying the prisoner of Jesus Christ. Weird. It just sounds better. Again, I'm biased. I've tested the King James. I believe it's better than these other ones. But if you don't, that's fine. That's your Christian liberty. I think you're wrong. Maybe. And then Colossians 1:11 in the King James is going to read, "Strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, unto all patience and long-suffering with joyfulness." Again, patience and long-suffering. To me, they're just synonyms. Long-suffering is just an old way of speaking. Patient is how we speak now. That's fine. I don't see a difference with it. I don't think it needs to be changed. I think long-suffering is fine. I think you can pick up a dictionary and learn what a word is. That's totally acceptable. I think our generation is, unfortunately, so lazy that they don't even know what's a legitimate language change or not, because they just don't know words. And they're too lazy to look it up in a dictionary. James 2:10 in the beautiful King James reads, "For whosoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all." Again, they're getting closer to what the King James says. Become accountable for all of it. It's the same thing in all reality, but become guilty of all of it. It just sounds better. And again, it just sounds more like what the American language has been comfortable with for 500 years now, since Tyndale put these verses out there in English. Again, I think if you are being honest, the permanent text edition of the 2016 ESV was a fail. They are going to update it again. That's okay. They did it in 2001, 2007, 2011, 2016. And those are really just revisions of, I don't know, the revised version of 1881, the American Standard Version of 1901, the revised Standard Version of 1952, the New American Standard Bible of 1977, of 1995, of 2022. Basically, the Legacy Standard Bible is going to look like it. There are so many strains of this text that is not the hated NIV or the Message Bible or the NLT. These are revered by conservative scholars, and these Bibles will never hold up to that. will never hold up to this. Get yourself a Bible so you can wear the binding out. Read it, trust it, grow in your faith. Have a great day. Bye-bye.